yourself, family. Welcome to the weekly intuitive guidance for the week of Monday, April 27th, 2020 to Sunday, May 3rd, 2020. This week, I feel that it's going to be a week of tests and challenges when it comes to emotions, home, and family. And we're needing to practice patience towards those around us and really learn to release our tension on our own. So self-care is going to play a big role this week and all of May, really, in keeping us sane and keeping us on the right mindset and really shifting our vibration towards that of light and higher consciousness, because much of the collective is asleep, and this is causing frustration to light workers, and it's causing a little bit of kind of like I don't want to say loss of hope, but just kind of like, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you're not in this, like, you know what I'm saying? So we want more people to be in this together, because that's where we get our power from. We get our power in numbers. And the lightworker community, I feel like this message is more towards that, towards the light workers out there in the spiritual community, that those of you who are awake, you know, if you've been doing your job, I feel like you're going to be blessed more than ever abundantly, because the universe really sees you and really congratulates you and really celebrates you, because despite the struggle and despite the opposition, you've kept going. And for those of you who are awake but not doing anything, you're really being called to step up. And it's kind of like, you know, this last chance turning point. Is it like, are you in or are you out? Because the ship is leaving. And for those who are asleep, it's really sad, because it's the majority of the humanity. And, you know, I know people around me that, you know, some of them also are awake, but they're pretending to be asleep. Okay, and that came up strongly today in the morning, because it's like, are you really kind of like trying to kid yourself that you're still asleep because you don't want to take that leap of faith, you don't want to take that action that seems risky, and you don't want to believe in the unknown because you're scared? A lot of people are scared in humanity, and this is a call of concern from the divine, because humanity can't step forward with that attitude. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to achieve any dream in your life, it takes stepping out of your comfort zone. And I feel like a lot of people are not willing to do that, especially when it comes to the spiritual world, because of history. You know, even in the Bible, it's like a lot of spiritual people were condemned for their beliefs. Not even for their beliefs, but for their gifts, for their innate abilities. And it's becoming more of the norm now. You know, the more light workers I come across, I am just shocked when I look back at videos from like last month of last year, and how they were going through the same thing as me, and I had no one to talk to about it. And I thought I wasn't in it alone. And really I wasn't. There's people like you out there who are experiencing the same thing. So this just proves that it's real. But it's like a bubble of people. And the thing is that this bubble of people, of light workers, are dispersed around the world. So there's like a little group here, a little group here, perhaps one person there alone, another person there alone. And we're needing to kind of join together in the soul tribe, because that's how the light worker community and the actual light is going to gain its power, by coming together. We can't be afraid. And, you know, this competitive mindset doesn't really exist as much in the spiritual community, which I love, because I feel like I belong in there as well. You know, all my life I was struggling to fit in a world that was very competitive, and that's not my nature. And it brings out the worst in you, right? And it makes you feel bad about yourself, and that's not what the divine wants for us at all. The divine wants us to work together and lift each other's spirits up in love and in encouragement and support. It's not about, you know, wanting to be better. It's not about jealousy. It's not about trying to do something first, because that's not what it is, right? It's about just getting the message out, no matter who brings it out, no matter who says it, no matter who does it, because everybody has a different innate talent that will contribute to this bigger picture in its own unique way. It's like a big empire and enterprise of a company. You know, every position in that company has a specific role. Without the people who are doing the technology stuff, the CEO can't do his job. And without the CEO making the plans and contributing his leadership abilities, the company can't run efficiently and smoothly, right? Everybody has a role to play, and everybody needs to full-heartedly embody that role and be proud of it, because the divine blessed you with that role. So make the best of it and enjoy it. So this week is really about humbling ourselves to the divine plan and will and the bigger cosmic mission, but also being proud of our gifts that the divine blessed us with, and owning it with confidence and showing it to the world like we own it, okay? Like with confidence, because that's what's gonna call people in curiosity, and it's gonna wake people up as well. When you are able to relate to the public in a way that is relatable, but influential and inspirational. So it's also about that for light workers. I got this message in my weekly astrology and in the daily messages that I was recording, that the people who are asleep in the collective, okay, there is this stubbornness in the collective because of this Saturn in Capricorn. Capricorn is a fixed earth sign, so it's very stubborn about its old beliefs, very karmic beliefs. And sometimes what it takes to kind of like get in there and influence them towards the positive light is to kind of like relate. It's what a therapist does. For example, in my job as a therapist, we're always taught that at the beginning of our sessions, as we get to know this new client, we are to join with them. And what does join mean? Join means kind of like relating to them. It's like getting at their level, rephrasing in their language. So if they speak to you with the word, let's say y'all, you speak to them with, okay, does y'all, and that's how you kind of like match up to them. But it doesn't mean that you're lowering your vibration, because you're still the expert in the situation. You're still the therapist. You're still the light worker. But you're kind of like, you know, kind of like leaning over to them to kind of speak with them with compassion like Jesus would. And by you being that love in that way, they open themselves to you because they feel comfortable to be vulnerable. And that's how the collective needs to be treated right now, with some more compassion. And this is how they will hear us, okay? And not be confrontational in our teachings. And when we want to reach out to the collective, not be offended when they don't respond, when they react, or when they don't agree, or when they're not willing to listen. Just let it be. Just do what you have to do as a light worker and just let it be. And the ones who are meant to join this big tribe will. And the ones who won't, then it's not on their life path. And maybe they might learn on their own time. We need to kind of like just be willing to let go of the time frame, because that, as therapists, for example, I feel like I'm needing to teach you like how to be a therapist, because light workers are therapists and counselors to the collective. Basically, we're that spiritual guidance. And therapists need to learn a very hard lesson early in their career so that they don't get emotionally attached, is to really let go. Let go of the outcome of the client, because there's only so much that the expert can do. And that's what we need to do as a collective light worker soul tribe. We need to let go. Keep doing you. Focus on your... Sorry about that, the battery ran out. But basically the message here now is that don't turn off your light, okay? Don't turn off your light because you're feeling discouraged or frustrated with the collective or with the people around you who are not understanding of this journey or of what we need to say about what's coming, right? Or what to expect in the energies. Because let me tell you, you know, ever since I got on my soul journey, I've really just done it as a duty to the divine without expectations of anybody hearing me out. Because, you know, the truth is that not a lot of people want to hear these truths, and other people who are willing to hear it perhaps either don't come across your message or don't have the means to, like, you know, hear you out, or they're being influenced by other energies, or they're in their own emotional turmoil. Everybody's on their own journey at their own kind of like chapter of their life book, and we just need to accept that and not take it personal, okay, when people don't listen to you or even when people criticize you. Because remember that with every bright light out there, there will be controversy and opposition. It's just natural, right? It happens to everybody. It even happens to like Instagram influencers. Like the more an influencer rises and, you know, become more popular, of course there's going to be more, you know, you can call it haters or whatever, but really it's not that they're haters, it's just that they don't understand. And we need to see that with more compassion. And when we can do that, then you become kind of like immune to all of that, because really they're just afraid souls that need guidance, and they haven't had that in their life, and it's just the way that it is. So I feel like lightworkers really need to embody more of this counselor approach when it comes to the collective and not take it personal. Big message there. And just be more loving for your own sake, okay? Because the more loving that you are, the more self-care that you bring to yourself, and the more that you just do it without expectations, the better you're gonna feel, the more spiritually aligned you're gonna be, and the better you're gonna be able to channel clearly. Because imagine if you let it get the best of you, it's gonna bog down your vibration, and that's defeating the purpose of you being a warrior of light, of you being on a mission. Because if you're not healthy as a light worker, spiritually healthy I'm speaking of, then that's what, you know, is kind of like being accomplished and sabotaged, you see? The opposite of what you want. So take care of you, worry about you, because the teacher needs to be in the best position ever. The teacher needs to be healed, so that no matter what, no matter who's gonna listen, eventually remember that they're gonna listen. You know, back in history, you can even say like a whole bunch of like Isaac Newton, for example, Tesla, all of these people, even Einstein, were brilliant geniuses. They were light workers, and they were speaking truth all the way. And you think that during their lifetime they didn't get opposition? You think that during their lifetime people doubted them, even made fun of them, even called them crazy? But at the end of the day, look who we're still speaking about. Are we speaking about those people that talked bad things about them? History doesn't even remember who they are. They were nobodies, right? Not to say that they're nobodies, but at the end of the day, the people who are most influential are the ones who take the risk at speaking the spiritual truth, and who stay in their spiritual truth and don't care what others think. They are the light workers no matter what, and you just do as the divine guides you. And in order to really hear clearly what the divine is telling you to do, you really need to be clear and pure in your aura and spiritually aligned. So take care of your own aura, because this aura, you're protecting it for the collective. So this is bigger than you. So think about it that way. Change your mindset towards this, and this will lighten up your energy and also your burdens. And it's not all on you, okay? There's other light workers out there that as we join together, we really can make a difference. And we can also take turns carrying that weight, you see? And if we all are distributed a certain role, then not everybody has to do it alone. And I just saw 444 as I said that. We'll be able to create this stability, and our spiritual community will be able to grow as well, and will become the norm of what the collective will be in the future. This is the future of the future, where everybody is in this high vibration, where we're in this new earth, this new heaven. So see it that way and really embody this guidance this week. I really hope that a lot of you can hear me in this message, and I'm wishing you really an optimistic week. And I'm so excited for this weekend. It's May 1st this weekend, and yeah, I'm gonna be celebrating my birthday with you guys, and I will be letting you know more about that on my Instagram. So follow me there, become a member of my website as well, so you can sign up to my free newsletter. Weekly newsletters will go out today on Monday, and make sure that you watch the podcast. So I'm wishing you all an amazing, beautiful, productive Monday. Namaste.